In certain situations, it's better to just fall back, analyze everything, and just, kind of, like I said, reassert yourself the way you see fit. And that's why you got to understand who you are and things like that. So
The Lucrative Youth.
So I'm with the Lucrative Youth, and this is Into the Mind of Kid Adamz.
what it do? What's poppin'?
So, kid, we saw that just yesterday you dropped the Angel and Demons freestyle video, and we know this was also produced by you. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it wasn't really, much of a super creative process. I knew I had some studio time coming that week, so I needed to make a beat. I wanted to do a freestyle. I knew that off rip. So I just was and one thing that I wanted to say, my production process and my writing and recording process, they're all different, so they're never the same. So I knew for the beat, I wanted it to be two styles, kind of I don't know, I just thought of Meek Mill's intro for some reason when I was making it, how you just, one part, that shit was dope. So I was okay, let me try to do something like that. So I knew that the first beat had to be synthy with, just with a dope melody to it and everything. And I was just okay, so I started playing a couple chords. And then as you can hear at the beginning, the chords that play, I got those notes first, and then everything came after that with the Angels part of the beat. And that one was pretty much put together well because, as soon as I caught the vibe with the synths and the other instrumentations that I added, the, 808s and percussion, all of that just was natural after that point. So finished that part of the beat, but it was its own separate beat itself, so I needed to make another one. And that's how Demons came. It was kind of the same process. Found the chords, started playing with them a little bit, made that little, those little notes you hear, added the 808. And that one was pretty much easier because it was less instruments. So I knew once I had that together, it was going to be pretty easy to go in the studio and just, have the engineer just split them in half and basically make it a beat. So I started to write after that as soon as I made the beat. And we booked the studio time that I don't remember what day actually, to be honest with you, but I know that same day that we booked. Oh, it was a Saturday.
It was a Saturday.
Yeah, it was a Saturday, and it was definitely before the quarantine too. Yeah.
Before the quarantine.
So once we did that, I knew that I wanted to shoot the freestyle video the same day of the day I was recording it. So I did that, and we got the director to come to the studio while I was doing the freestyle, and it was just. I recorded it. It was pretty crazy because I was pretty high when I was recording it, but that process was dope. We got it out the way. Once that was done, the homies came through, the director came through, and we shot the video literally right after I recorded it. It wasn't even bounced, to be honest. We didn't even bounce it out. We just played it straight from the session, so that was pretty dope. And we just shot a video after that. So it was really a 1-2 kind of thing. It wasn't really thought all the way out, you know what I'm saying? So production.
We know this was the first song you released in almost a year now, since the Chips and Dip music video.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. So yeah, honestly, I'll just be super honest, I have been quiet, but a lot of that was as far as with Chips and Dip, it was a lot going on around that time too. But, it was all for the better. I won't really go too much into details, but it was all for the better. And at that point, I was at a point of trying to find out what I wanted to do next. And then certain things happened, and it put me in a situation where, I was only going to need to focus on working on music. And so it became a real stable situation for me after that point. But I knew I had to be silent and quiet, so I really couldn't really say nothing. I really can't say much now, but, all I know is I tell people obviously through my posts is that, it's for a beneficial reason that, I'm sitting quiet and silent and just working. So it's one of those things that they'll definitely look forward to, you know what I'm saying? But it's something that I really can't say much about now. But what I will say is that it'll, if they're listening to me now, you know what I'm saying, they're probably going to want to listen to me later too, So it's just it's a reason why I'm silent, and, just stay tuned, That's really the most important thing I want to say, stay tuned. So, yeah. That's another reason why I dropped Angels and Demons is I noticed that people was asking that exact question too much. You know what I mean?
Everybody's where's Kid Adamz? That was everybody, we had to. I needed some new Kid Adamz music. I'm oh man, when's Kid gonna drop something? When is it? And then we dropped this music video, self-produced. I was okay, I like to see that.
I felt like people was asking that a lot, and it was annoying and anything because I really wanted to give them something, but it just had to be the right way. You feel me? So that's why I did it like that. You know, got a little freestyle ready and dropped that. You know, hopefully they can hold on to that for a little bit because I'm gonna go back in the work show. You know, I'm gonna be Ghost again. Yeah, it might be for a little bit. It might just be for a couple months or something. But that's why I literally stopped working on music just so I could focus on that video for them and drop that and release it, get it right, and just to go back and work because that's really all I can do right now. You know what I'm saying?
So that your process ultimately entitles more of just you like to drop something and then go back, work on it for a couple months before you drop anything else.
You see, there really isn't a process for that because of situations that are currently happening in the background. So around the time of Chips and Dip, that was more or less just our own, you know, trying to just do what we can, you know what I'm saying? But now it's a different situation, you know, there's more people involved, so there's more planning and more having to really see things through. So that's the process that I'm at right now, and I really can't drop music as I want to. Honestly, and another reason is I have a lot of good music that's already out, you know, and I want those songs to kind of be favorites because the music that I have now is nothing compared. Like the music that I have out right now is nothing compared. Like I have gems. I have real gems in the stash. So I told myself it would be wasteful of me to be in a rush to drop such good music when I could really prepare myself for something that's like, you know, how do I explain it? I'm sorry, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but it's like it'll be right for me and everybody that's listening
in due time.
I take my time. Yeah,
It's all about time.
It's all about time.
It's all about time, and definitely just building up to that. Definitely. So it's a different type of mindset stepping into that, which also brings up the thought about, remember our last interview, the clip that we just saw. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about, like, you know, where your mindset was at that time, what you were talking about a bit, and then how that sort of is different, knowing that now we're here like almost 2 years later?
Most definitely. So that we were talking about the tattoo I got.
Yeah, we're talking about your tattoo.
The moon and the broken heart, and I was telling you how I was, you know, the moon was transitions that everybody actually goes through in life. Like, you know, everybody's gonna go through changes. Everybody's gonna go through these loopholes, and you know, they're basically transitions where it's like the moon, you know, crescent moon, half moon, full moon. You're gonna go through these changes, you know, and they're inevitable, you know. And so when I see this tattoo every morning when I look at it, because it's on my freaking face, it reminds me of that for real. Where I was at that point when I got my tattoo, where I was 2 years prior to me getting that tattoo, and where I am now. Obviously, these 6 years, I grew a lot, you know, and to say I changed is kind of like an understatement. It's not about changing. I transitioned to a different person. You know what I mean? Like, literally, we grow. Like, back when I got this tattoo, I was, 2017, was it? I was 22. Because, I was 22. That was 2 years ago. 2018. Yeah, 2018, 2 years ago. I got it 2 years ago, and I'm about to be 25 now, you know what I'm saying? And the person I was then and who I am now are completely different, you know, and I think that me being secluded and working on my music and just trying to find, you know, things like that, you know, just, you know, really understand who I am before I present myself out to the world again, because you got to understand, like, music is a confidence thing as well. It's not just, because you can make great music, you can make great production, but to be an artist, you know what I'm saying, like, to be on the stage and to be able to, like, interact with people, like, those are the things that I had to learn about being an artist as well, like, literally learn, you know, like, I felt like I had the artist development part out the way as far as growth, but, you know, changing into the person I want to be when I actually start going super hard on my music, that's something I really had to focus on, and I think that's why this tattoo is super important to me. The broken heart is like we were saying on that one clip, you know, you got to kind of be heartless, you know, and I kind of still kind of hold that to me now. You know, nothing's really changed since that point, but I could say that I see things more calmly, you know, like I'm not quick to, because I'm very emotional. I'll admit it. Like, I think a lot of people obviously know that about cancers.
Cancer game, we already know. Yeah, we got 3 cancers in the room.
I think that changed that process right there of learning about my emotions and how to deal with them and handle them, and just that opens up so much more for a human being. And that phase that I went through that I am right now, like that is more important to me than almost my music, you know what I'm saying? Because who I am now is definitely gonna make a lot of people be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like it's changes and transitions, man. That's all I can really say, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really all it is to it. You feel me? Like just wait and see. I can't say much about that. Like you know what I mean? Like just gotta wait and see.
What do you think is the most critical part of that transition in relation to sort of like the music, maybe? Like, will there be a new Kid Adamz in terms of the type of music you release, or?
Yeah, I think we've seen that. That's what I was trying to do with Angels and Demons. Like, it's like, and you know, I realized something with my brand as well with this whole hippie thug shit. You know, like, can I curse? It's good, right?
Yeah, okay, do whatever you want.
So like, you know, I'm well spoken, but people tend to take that and, you know, or whatever. I'm a nice guy, and people tend to. So, I usually get, you know, like, really over passionate about certain situations and tend to look at things one-sided. And like I said about this whole change, like you need to go through that in order to realize. Because remember I was talking about the business, especially on that clip. Like the business, people are, you know, if you're not built for this, which I had to like kind of go back and work on, you will get hurt. Your feelings will get hurt, and so that I think is the most important part of the game as far as being a new artist or an artist that's like, you know, really trying to do something, make some changes with their music or whatever like that. Like, I think it's important that you know who you are at the end of the day. I think, like, if you don't, you'll get lost in the sauce for real. That shit that Gucci was saying is, you know.
Still factual to this day. Continues to be. And that's critical. And that's where, like you said, there's more value in that than there is in time. If you need that time to be taken on to be able to create that, when you double back and come back, you're on a different level. It's a level up. It's necessary.
Yeah, that's definitely necessary. Honestly, like, you know, as you can see on my live and shit, I've been playing a couple songs and everything like that, just letting people listen to the new style, the new wave that I'm on. But it's like, and that's why it's important for me to sit quiet, man, because there's a lot of things that I really can't say. You know, I'm trying. That's why, like, it's kind of like coming out kind of weird, because I'm trying to hold myself back from saying certain things that, totally, you know what I'm saying. And it's honestly gonna be, you know, I would love to tell you probably when the camera's not on, but on some real shit, it's just like, it's better that way. It's better to just let the people just wait and, you know, like play with the time, you know what I'm saying? Just listen to the music that I got out now. I got Angels and Demons out now, you know what I'm saying? And the next projects after that are gonna be well worth the wait.
Definitely. Think about the music that you have out now. One of my personal favorites is 3030.
Oh yeah.
You know, so that's a throwback that I always go back to. I have it in the playlist. What songs, as people are ultimately waiting for some new kid, you think they should really tap into and double back on?
Let's see. At this very moment, I would definitely say Peace of Mind. That's probably the only song that resonates with me at this very moment, you know, because I don't know, man. Even when I listen to it now, it's just like, it's kind of scary, you get what I'm saying? Because I think around that time, not only was I really trying to, and I kind of posted about it too. I said, you know, depression is a real thing. It's real. It can hit anybody. And people may not seem, or, you know, some people who feel like it can happen to anybody. The most strong-minded person can go through depression. It's real. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that it's something that should last long, especially if, you know, you have people around you that help you deal with these kind of things and stuff like that, but it's real. And around that time, I think I was really going through that, not only because of my own personal issues, but because of what's going on in the world and everything like that. You know, obviously, police brutality and stuff like that was like super heavy, but, you know, we were all just going through that. Obviously, we were just going through it, and it was a thing. But now, you know what I'm saying, COVID-19 aside, it's just like, who would have think we're the only nation to be dealing with something like that while there's a pandemic? So when I hear that song, it kind of just like resonates with me in a way where it's just like the riots, especially, you know, like, I understand it, I feel it, but that message that I made in that song was literally because of that. You know, because I knew where we'd end up. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty dope that I could listen to that song from 2 years ago and hear it and say, damn, you know, like, it wasn't something to say like, you know, it was a note to myself and to people that might have been listening from any point of time. Like, it wasn't, and that's, I think, was the point of us releasing it as just a video, because it was something that I really put my heart into. And to hear it now and just read the lyrics to it, man, it's kind of scary, yo. Because it feels like I'm talking to people that, I don't know, man. It's real scary. It's a scary thing just to listen to the chorus and to see what's going on, dog. Like,
definitely gonna give it a listen right now. Video, catch the video again.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I see, and I mean, I feel them though, but that song, when I hear it, it calms me the fuck down. You know what I mean? And I think that was my point of making it, like, something that people could listen to, dog. And so when I was telling you about how I mentioned earlier about people dropping music at this time, and it's like, I heard a song by a little boy in Will I Am. I don't know if y'all heard it. The little boy was singing. He was about, like, it's like, oh my God, it's so beautiful, yo. This song was amazing. And it just had me like, this is what people need right now. You know what I'm saying? A way to, like, soothe. Obviously, it's a lot of anger, dog. And I'm not one to talk about anything that's like, I'm not on no sides, Like, I feel like everything is happening the way it should be, I feel like, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. You're either on one side or the other, literally, at this point. But I feel like when music is so universal that it's one of those things that could, man, it's a medicine, yo. And that's what that song is to me. So that's why I feel like that one is definitely something that people should really give a listen to. Right.
Definitely, so everybody know, go check out Peace of Mind.
For sure.
Video on your YouTube?
Yeah, it's a video, most definitely. Check that out. Check out Angels and Demons too,
Angels and Demons, definitely that. I've heard, which side do you like more, Demons or Angels?
Oh, I like Demons more, man. That shit, that's my whole vibe now, yo. That's just snap.
So I switched over, like, so I had Angels was starting, I was like, okay. Then the switch, I was like, okay.
I think Angels is a kid that like the kid side that people have heard already, like 30-30 and Chips and Dib is that whole melodic, but Angels is like straight bars, like, nigga, what you talking about? In your face.
It shows you got those two sides, And that definitely excites those kid fans, such as myself, to see what's coming up next,
Most def, just trust me, it's gonna be worth it. I might drop another freestyle, I'm not gonna lie. It all depends. Like, I'm gonna be real at this point, it's just a mood thing, but I have to just be patient and just continue to work. So that's what I'm gonna do. And that's my job. I hope people can understand that and just not make it such of a thing where I don't want people to think that I fell off or I stopped making music for any personal reasons or whatever like that, because that would never be the case. But in certain situations, it's better to just fall back, analyze everything, and just, kind of, like I said, reassert yourself the way you see fit. And that's why you got to understand who you are and things like that. So that's what I'm doing, taking my time, But, yeah, I believe that's it. That's all I got to say about that. So.
Nah, definitely. Let's see. You have any things you want to announce besides Angels and Demons, or any sort of just final shout outs or?
Most def, shout out to Team Fuego, Rolo Gang, most def, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Soldier Living True, I see him. And that's pretty much it, And my family, of course, they support me 1,000. And all the Zos that follow me, No Miami, NMB, all that, you feel me? That's pretty much it, though. Yeah. Oh, and shout out Lucrative Youth, too, most def,
Appreciate you, man. Well, anyways, Into the Mind of Kid Adamz. Thank you, kid, for coming out.
Yo, y'all ready? Most definitely.
If you want to check out some more Kid Adamz content, go check out his Lucrative Youth Creators profile. And, of course, Angels and Demons out now.
Yee.
The Lucrative Youth.